Hey guys, Dean Mannix here. Now you've probably seen in the Sales Growth Blueprint that confidence and motivation and taking daily action to build both of those is an absolutely critical aspect of driving real sales growth into either your job or your entire business. And as Australians, I find that we just don't pay enough attention to this. I mean, I think a lot of us are actually very anti that word motivation because as Australians, we feel like it's a bit over the top or it's a bit crazy. But the bottom line is, as Zig Ziglar said, motivation is like a shower. It needs to be a daily habit. So quick few ideas for motivating yourself to take those extra steps, do those extra things that are going to make the big differences at the end of the year. Because you have to remember that success is very rarely this one-off amazing event where all of a sudden you become incredibly wealthy and it all works out and your budget gets smashed to pieces and you're killing it. Success is lots and lots and lots and lots of little successes put together that ultimately lead to those major events or those major moments, or maybe just lots and lots of small wins that lead up to a big win at the end of the year. And guys, failure is exactly the same. It's failing to do all the things that we know we need to do, failing to make those calls, do those networking events, post those social posts, and really make sure that we're engaged in that community that we want to do business with. It's failure to make sure that we do the right things in those sales meetings. It's failure to basically ask the right questions and ask for commitments. It's failure to close effectively and practice for that. It's failure to negotiate effectively. Failure after failure after failure. And the bottom line is you've got to be motivating yourself to really be working on those aspects if you want to drive sales growth in your job or your business. So a couple of key strategies. One, and I talk about this a lot, you've got to win the morning. So you've got to have specific strategies for winning the morning. And more importantly, make sure that you're not doing the things in the morning that are going to drain your energy, take you away from motivation and get you caught up in all that rubbish and clutter and noise that slows most of us down. So little things like don't look at Facebook until 10 a.m. Okay, unless you're a Facebook superstar, don't look at Facebook till 10 a.m. because it's just going to drag you off topic. If you're posting on LinkedIn and you're getting into LinkedIn, LinkedIn's another great tool, but it's also a great way to waste time. So if you're going to go in there with a specific intent of posting on 3 other people's comments, or maybe sending out 2 to 3 specific introductions or invites. So don't go into these sorts of tools unless you've got really specific outcomes before 10 a.m. because they are a trap. Make sure that you've written out what you need to do and what's most important in the morning before you leave work the day before so that you hit the ground running when you get to the office. Think about what you're listening to in the car. If you're listening to talkback radio or some shock jock on the radio, the bottom line is that's disturbing you mentally. It's not building you. So I'm not against radio. I'm not against newspapers. I'm not against watching the news. I don't personally partake in it. But I'm not against it. I'm just against it before 10 a.m. in the morning because it slows you down too much. You should be listening to motivational tapes or educational strategies on exactly what you need to do for the day, or even music that really inspires and motivates you. So you need to win the morning. Another great strategy, make sure you're re-engaging with your personal goals and connecting them to your work goals. You see, the more you can see earning that extra $10,000 or $20,000 as a huge part of basically having a better sales life, as in being able to take your family to Disneyland or being able to pay a deposit on a house or being able to buy that new car or being able to pay for that education, the more you can connect those two things, the more motivated you're going to be to do what it takes when you get into the office. I think the other one is just physiologically. Emotion has the word motion in it because basically our motion creates our emotions. So if you're very stagnant in the morning, don't be surprised if your thinking and your inspiration and your confidence and your motivation is very stagnant. So little things like before you get to work, deliberately walk a couple of extra blocks, thinking about what you're going to achieve, why you're going to achieve it, why it matters so much, and just making sure that you get that body moving in the morning. Now me, I like to go for a run, but I'm not going to be the health nut and tell you that you must do that. Just a walk around the block or a walk through the park or getting off a bus stop early can make a major difference in terms of how you walk into the office and how ready to go you are. So just some simple tips. As you may or may not know, I am going to be doing a webinar in relation to this. I do a lot of free webinars, and what we've been asked for is, hey, can you do something in relation to confidence building and motivation building? So there's a 20-minute free webinar coming up soon. Dean Mannix checking out. Make sure that you're living that better sales life. But remember, it takes work. Okay, and you've got to get better at doing the right things at the right times with the right people, and that's what I'm all about, that better sales life. Thank you. thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope you found it valuable and educational and useful for your role in sales. So if you did, please share it. Remember, sharing's free, and every other salesperson out there needs all the help they can get. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I've got lots and lots of content coming out and plenty of content inside the channel right now ready for you to digest. Enjoy, and remember, sales is meant to be fun. If it's not, you need to change the way that you're doing it.